thought you were just quiet. I never knew you were tired. You'd leave the house before the sun, with coffee in your hand, that old coat hanging from your shoulders, work boots covered up in sand. I'd hear your truck pull in at night, long after we had eaten. You'd smile and ask me how my day was, like you weren't barely breathing. I was too young to see it then, too busy growing up. You gave away your whole life and somehow called it love. Dad, I never knew how tired you were, how much you carried without saying a word. You made sure we had everything while you went without so many things. I thought strong men never hurt. Now I know how wrong I was. Dad, I never knew how tired you were. I only knew how much you loved us. There were holes inside your work gloves and bills beside your chair. You'd say, don't worry, we'll be alright, whenever Mom looked scared. You never bought yourself much of anything, but Christmas always came, and every little dream I had somehow had your name. Now I've got children of my own, and sometimes late at night I finally understand the weight you carried out of sight. Dad, I never knew how tired you were, how much you carried without saying a word. You made sure we had everything while you went without so many things. I thought strong men never hurt. Now I know how wrong I was. Dad, I never knew how tired you were. I only knew how much you loved us. If I could sit beside you now, I'd tell you what I couldn't then. I don't remember what you bought me, I remember where you've been. At every game beside my bed, every time I needed you, I thought you were just being Dad. Now I know what it cost you, Dad. I finally know how tired you were. Every sacrifice behind every word. You gave your best years to our family so we could become who we dreamed we'd be. And if I become half the man you were when life got hard, I'll be proud of who I am. Dad, I finally know how tired you were, and I finally understand your heart. You never said you were tired, you just came home and loved us. were so many things I should have said sooner. You were always in the kitchen before the morning light, packing lunches, folding clothes, making everything alright. I would run right past you with somewhere else to be, never noticing how often you gave your time to me. You'd ask when I'd be coming home. I'd say, Mom, I don't know. I never saw your face grow quiet every time I had to go. I thought you'd always be there, waiting by that door. I didn't know that someday I'd wish for one day more. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late how much love was hidden in the little things you gave. Every meal, every prayer, every night you stayed away. I was busy chasing tomorrow while our years were slipping away. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late you were loving me every day. I remember when I called you just to say I couldn't stay. You said, that's all right, my darling, come whenever you can someday. There was dinner on the table, you had made my favorite pie, but I never heard the sadness hiding underneath goodbye. Now I keep your old handwritten notes inside a kitchen drawer. Funny how those simple words mean more than they did before. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late how much love was hidden in the little things you gave. Every meal, every prayer, every night you stayed awake. I was busy chasing tomorrow while our years were slipping away. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late you were loving me every day. If I could walk through that old door and find you standing there, I'd leave my phone inside my coat and pull up an empty chair. I'd listen to every story, even the ones I'd heard before. I'd stay a little longer when you asked me not to go. And before I left, I'd hold you like I should have all those years, and say the words I thought could wait before they disappeared. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late you were the safest place my restless heart could ever take. Every sacrifice you made, every tear you hid away. If I could trade all my tomorrows for one ordinary yesterday, I'd come home and sit beside you, and this time I'd stay. Mom, I'm sorry, I realized too late how much you love me every day. I thought there would always be more time. I was wrong. I love you, Mom. I didn't know it was goodbye. I thought I'd see you next Sunday. You were standing by the driveway with one hand on my door. You asked if work was going all right, like 100 times before. I said, Dad, I gotta get going. It's a long way back tonight. You nodded like you always did and said, son, drive safe, all right. I pulled away without looking back. You stood beneath that tree. I thought it was another Sunday. There'd be 1,000 more for me. If I'd known what time was taking, I'd have never turned that key. I'd have stayed there in that driveway with you standing next to me. The last time I saw you, Dad, nothing felt like the end. There were no final words, no last goodbye between two men. Just your hand upon my shoulder and call me when you can. If I'd known that was the last time, I'd have held you where you stand. The last time I saw you, Dad, I thought I'd see you again. Now your jacket's in the hallway, your glasses by the chair. There's a coffee cup beside the sink, like you walk in and find it there. Your old truck hasn't moved an inch since that cold November day. Sometimes when I pass the driveway, I can still see you wave, and I replay that little moment like a movie in my head, searching for something I could change, something I should have said. The last time I saw you, Dad, nothing felt like the end. There were no final words, no last goodbye between two men. Just your hand upon my shoulder and call me when you can. If I'd known that was the last time, I'd have held you where you stand. The last time I saw you, Dad, I thought I'd see you again. I would have turned the engine off, put my keys back in my coat, asked you about your younger days and every dream you never spoke. I'd have said thank you for everything, and Dad, I'm proud of you. Funny how the words we say for later become the ones we never get to use. The last time I saw you, Dad, I'd give anything to go back to that ordinary Sunday, to that old familiar path. I'd stay until the sun went down, forget the places I had planned, and before I ever drove away, I'd turn and hug you once again. The last time I saw you, Dad, I didn't know it was goodbye. Now I never leave the ones I love without telling them what's true, because sometimes you don't know it's the last time until it is. Mom, are you okay? She'd smile. I'm fine. She'd wake before the alarm clock, put the coffee on at 5, make our breakfast, find our school books, somehow keep the house alive. There were circles underneath her eyes, but she'd cover them with a smile. If we asked her if she needed rest, she'd say, I'm fine, my child. I believed her every single time, like children always do, never wondering who took care of Mom when her whole day was through. She made being strong look easy, so we never saw the weight. She kept everybody standing while she quietly learned to break. She always said she was fine, even when the world was heavy, even when she cried alone, so her children wouldn't worry. She gave us the best of her days and kept the hardest nights inside. We thought Mom could handle anything, because she always said she was fine. I remember one December when the heating bill was late. There were presents by the Christmas tree, but nothing with her name. She said, I don't need anything, seeing you happy is enough. I didn't understand back then that going without was love. Years later I found an envelope hidden underneath the bed, bills and little handwritten prayers for every tear she never shed. Now I see behind the smiling all the battles we never knew. She wasn't made of iron, she was simply loving us through. She always said she was fine, even when the world was heavy, even when she cried alone, so her children wouldn't worry. She gave us the best of her days and kept the hardest nights inside. We thought Mom could handle anything, because she always said she was fine. Mom, I wish I'd asked you twice instead of taking fine for truth. Wish I'd sat beside you quietly and let somebody care for you. You spent your whole life asking, have my children eaten yet? While nobody ever asked you what you needed to forget. She always said she was fine. Now I finally understand it. Sometimes fine was just the word that kept our little world from breaking. She gave us the strongest parts of her and hid the ones that hurt inside. If I could hold that woman now, I'd tell her she doesn't have to hide. don't have to be strong tonight, Mom. You don't have to say you're fine. All those years, I believed you. Now I know you weren't always fine. You just loved us too much to let us see. Funny, I spent my whole childhood wanting to leave. Now I'd give anything to go back. There was a crack across the front porch and a screen door painted white. Dad's old truck beside the mailbox. Mom would leave the kitchen light. We didn't have a lot of money, but I never knew back then there was always food around the table and somebody asking where I'd been. Summer nights out in the backyard, bare feet running through the grass. I couldn't wait to grow up someday. I never knew someday came fast. I thought the world was waiting somewhere beyond that county line. Now the older that I'm getting, the more I miss that simpler time. I wish I could go home again, walk through that old front door, hear Mom calling from the kitchen, hear Dad's boots across the floor. I'd sit down at that little table like I had nowhere else to be. I spent my youth wanting the whole world. Now that old house is the world to me. I know you can't turn back the years, but sometimes I still pretend that I could take that road and go home again. Now there's traffic outside my window and a calendar full of plans. I got things I used to dream of when I was just a younger man. But nobody tells you growing up means watching things disappear. The corner store, the football field, and faces you thought would always be here. That old house belongs to strangers. Dad's truck was sold years ago. But sometimes when I close my eyes, I know exactly where to go. Back before goodbye meant forever, before we counted every year. Everybody that I loved was waiting for me there. I wish I could go home again, walk through that old front door, hear Mom calling from the kitchen, hear Dad's boots across the floor. I'd sit down at that little table like I had nowhere else to be. I spent my youth wanting the whole world. Now that old house is the world to me. I know you can't turn back the years, but sometimes I still pretend that I could take that road and go home again. If I had one Sunday back, I wouldn't ask for anything grand, just Mom's potatoes on my plate, Dad there at the end. No phones ringing, no place to go, no reason for goodbye. before we learned how fast time flies. Oh, I wish I could go home again, just for one more afternoon. Hear Mama laughing in the kitchen while Dad hums that old familiar tune. I'd memorize every little sound, every wrinkle, every face, because the things I thought were ordinary were the things I can't replace. I spend my whole life moving forward. Now there's one thing I understand: sometimes the richest days we ever have are the ones we don't know will end. And I'd give anything tonight to go home again. If you're lucky enough to still have somewhere called home, don't hurry away. Stay for dinner, stay a little longer. Father wasn't good with words, but looking back, maybe he said more than I ever knew. My father never said, "I love you," not the way they do on TV. He just wake me up on Monday and leave breakfast there for me. He never talked about his feelings, never told me when he hurt. He'd pull his sleeves above his elbows and disappear into his work. When my first old car stopped running, he was underneath it in the rain. Didn't say, "Son, you know I love you." He just got it running again. I used to wish he'd say it just once so I could hear. But love can have a language that takes a lifetime to become clear. My father never said, "I love you," but he showed me every day. In the bills he paid, the nights he worked, and the things he gave away. Hands and every sacrifice he made. My father never said, "I love you." He just loved me in 1,000 quieter ways. He was sitting in the bleachers at every game I ever played, still wearing clothes from work that night, too tired to look awake. When I left home in my 20s, he helped me load that little truck and shook my hand and told me, "Call your mother and good luck." I waited for some final speech, something fathers ought to say, but he just checked the tires twice before he watched me drive away. I thought silence meant a distance, now I know Some men never learn the words, so they let their actions speak for you. My father never said I love you, but he showed me every day. In the bills he paid, the nights he worked, and the things he gave away. It was written in his calloused hands, in every sacrifice he made. My father never said I love you, he just loved me. In 1,000 quieter ways. Now my little boy asks me, Daddy, do you love me too? And I pull him close and tell him more than my father ever knew. Then I think about that quiet man and everything he gave. Maybe nobody ever told him those words were safe to say. So if somehow you can hear me, Dad, there's something you should know. I heard every I love you. You never learned to say. My father never said I love you, but now I hear it everywhere. In the coat he put around my shoulders, in the way he was always there, in every scar upon his hands, every gray hair on his face. He spent a lifetime saying I love you in 1,000 different ways. And Dad, if I could see you now, there's one thing I would do. I'd put my arms around you and say, I love you too. Some fathers say it with words, some fathers say it with their whole lives. I hadn't been home in years, but when she opened that door, nothing had changed. I left that house at 22 with boxes in my car. Told Mom I'd only be away until I found a better start. Then one job became another, and 1 year turned into 5. Phone calls got a little shorter while I built another life. Every Christmas she'd remind me, your room is waiting when you come. I'd laugh and say, don't worry, Mom, I'm not a kid anymore. But mothers count the years differently. They don't measure time like we do. We grow up and chase tomorrow. They keep a little yesterday for you. Mom kept my room the same, like I might come home tomorrow. The picture's still above the bed, my old guitar against the wall. Every trophy, every photograph, every memory had its place, while the whole world kept on changing. Mom kept my room the same. I thought she couldn't let the past go. Now I know that it wasn't true. She was keeping one small corner of the boy she once knew. I finally came home one autumn, after years of saying soon. She smiled and handed me the key and said, go look at your room. There were books from high school summers, an old jacket on a chair, a baseball glove I'd long forgotten, like I'd only left it there. Then I saw a stack of birthday cards she never got to give, one for every year I'd missed while I was too busy trying to live. I stood there like a grown man, but suddenly I was 17, and every mile I traveled felt smaller than that room to me. Mom kept my room the same, like I might come home tomorrow. The picture's still above the bed, my old guitar against the wall. Every trophy, every photograph, every memory had its place, while the whole world kept on changing. Mom kept my room the same. I thought she couldn't let the past go. Now I know that wasn't true. She was keeping one small corner of the boy she once knew. I found her standing in the doorway, watching quietly from the hall. I said, Mom, you could have changed this. You didn't have to keep it all. She smiled and said, I know, son, but every time I pass this door, I like believing you'd come home and need your room once more. I couldn't find an answer, so I held her for a while. And for the first time in so many years, I saw how much she'd missed her child. Mom kept my room the same through every year I stayed away, while I was building my tomorrow. She protected yesterday. Every picture, every little thing was love I couldn't recognize, until I stood inside that doorway and saw the years behind her eyes. Now I know it wasn't just a room. She was waiting all that time, keeping the door open for her son, in case he changed his mind. So I stayed that night in that little room, and before I went to sleep, I heard her say from down the hall, good night, son, just like she used to. didn't know we were poor. Nobody told us. We were too busy being happy. We had a little house on Maple Street with paint peeling by the door. 3 kids sharing 2 small bedrooms and hand-me-downs inside the drawers. Dad drove an old blue pickup. Mom made every dollar last. Friday night was homemade supper and stories from the past. There wasn't much beneath the Christmas tree, but somehow it felt full. A pair of shoes, a wooden train, and Mom's old kitchen table. We counted pennies at the grocery store, but never counted what we lacked. 'Cause every night when darkness came, everybody still came back. We were poor, but we had everything. A table full of laughter, a father coming home from work, a mother saying grace. We didn't have a lot of money, but love filled every empty space. We were poor, but we had everything, and I didn't know it then. I trade everything I've got today to have those days again. Summermen, a garden hose, and bicycles down the street. Barefoot races through the yard, and watermelon we could eat. There were no expensive vacations. We'd drive down to the lake. Dad would bring an old red cooler. Mom brought sandwiches she'd made. When the rain came through the ceiling, we'd put buckets on the floor, then sit together playing cards until the storm was gone. Funny how a house so small could somehow hold us all. And the older that I get now, the bigger those rooms become. I spent years chasing bigger things, a better house, a newer car, but nothing I've been able to buy has ever taken me that far. We were poor, but we had everything. A table full of laughter, a father coming home from work, a mother saying grace. We didn't have a lot of money, but love filled every empty space. We were poor, but we had everything, and I didn't know it then. I trade everything I've got today to have those days again. Now I got rooms nobody sleeps in, more than I ever dreamed I'd own. But some nights this big old house can feel emptier than home. Because wealth isn't what you're holding, or the numbers in the bank. Sometimes wealth is hearing Dad laugh while Mom puts dinner on your plate. I wish somebody had told me before those years were gone that we weren't waiting to be rich someday. We already were all alone. We were poor, but we had everything. We just didn't have a name for it. Sunday mornings, scraped up knees, and people who would never quit. We didn't have a lot of money, but there was always love to spare. If one of us was hurting, the whole family gathered there. We were poor, but we had everything. now I finally understand. The richest man I ever knew was my father, with $5 in his hand. And the greatest home I've ever had was that little house back then. We didn't have much, but we had Mom, we had Dad, we had each other. Turns out that was everything. If I could have one thing back, it wouldn't be the money, it wouldn't be the years, just one more dinner with all of us there. 6 o'clock around the table, Dad was sitting in his chair. Mom was bringing in the supper, telling us to say our prayers. My sister talked about her school day, my brother made us laugh. I was staring at the old wall clock, wondering when I could leave at last. I thought those nights were ordinary, nothing worth remembering then. Funny how the smallest moments become the ones you want again. Now that table's somewhere else, and those chairs have all moved on. But every time I close my eyes, somehow we're still at home. I'd give anything for one more dinner with my family gathered there. Dad complaining about the weather, Mom fixing everybody's chair. I'd put my phone away this time, I'd listen to every word. I wouldn't rush to leave the table, I'd make sure every story was heard. Take the money, take the things, take everything I've earned. Just give me one more dinner with the people I still yearn for. Now my calendar stays crowded, there's always somewhere I should be. A bigger house, a better paycheck, everything I thought I'd need. But no promotion ever sounded like Mom calling, dinner's ready. And no restaurant I've ever known could make a room feel quite that steady. Dad would reach across the table for the salt beside my plate. I never knew those simple evenings were the days I'd celebrate. We never took a photograph, we thought we'd have a million more. Nobody knew that ordinary night was something we'd be longing for. I'd give anything for one more dinner with my family gathered there. Dad complain about the weather, Mom fixing everybody's chair. I put my phone away this time, I'd listen to every word. I wouldn't rush to leave the table, I'd make sure every story was heard. Take the money, take the things, take everything I've earned. Just give me one more dinner with the people I still yearn for. I'd ask Dad about his younger days, the dreams he never chased. I'd tell Mom that her Sunday meals were something I couldn't place. I tell my brother I forgive him, tell my sister that I'm proud. Then I'd look around that little table and memorize them all somehow. And when Mom started clearing plates, I'd say leave them there tonight, because dishes can wait until tomorrow, but people can't always wait. I'd give anything for one more dinner, one more evening back at home, one more prayer before the meal, before we all had lives our own. I'd stay until the coffee cooled, until there was nothing left to say. Then I'd hug every single person before anybody walked away. You can keep the life I've built, every dollar, every dream. I'd trade it all without a thought for that old familiar scene. Just Mom and Dad and all us kids around that table once again. God, I'd give anything tonight for one more dinner with my family. If your family's waiting at the table tonight, go sit down. The world can wait. Dinner won't last forever.
Mom, Dad, I don't know how far heaven is, but sometimes I still look up and talk to you. There's an old photograph beside me from a summer long ago. Dad was laughing by the doorway, Mom was waving from the porch. I can almost hear your voices when the house gets still at night. And sometimes for a second, everything feels alright. I've learned to live without you, at least that's what people say. But learning how to keep on living isn't the same as being okay. There are so many little things I wish that you could see. So when I look into the sky, I wonder if you're watching me. If heaven has a window, I hope you're looking through. I hope you see I'm trying to live the way you taught me to. I hope you know I miss you more than words could ever say. And though I cannot reach you, I still talk to you each day. If heaven has a window, leave the curtain open wide, so when I'm looking up at night, I'll know you're on the other side. You should see your grandchildren. Dad, that boy has got your smile. Mom, the little one loves singing. She reminds me of you sometimes. I tell them all your stories, so they'll know where they came from. How Grandpa worked with tired hands and Grandma made a house a home. Sometimes they ask me where you are. I point beyond the blue and say there's somewhere full of love where they're waiting there for you. but someday they will know the people that we truly love never completely go. If heaven has a window, I hope you're looking through. I hope you see I'm trying to live the way you taught me to. I hope you know I miss you more than words could ever say. And though I cannot reach you, I still talk to you each day. If heaven has a window, leave the curtain open wide, so when I'm looking up at night, I'll know you're on the other side. There are days I still reach for the phone before remembering I can't call. There are nights I'd give up anything just to hear your voices once more. But if there's really somewhere where goodbye doesn't exist, save 2 chairs beside that window and know that you are missed. If heaven has a window, look down on us tonight. Your family is still carrying the love you left behind. We're old and now we're scattered, but your names still bring us home. And everything you gave us means we'll never walk alone. If heaven has a window, I hope someday I'll see 2 familiar faces smiling and waiting there for me. Until that day, keep watching from somewhere beyond the blue. And every time I look toward heaven, I'll be looking back at you. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. I hope heaven has a window, because I'm still